So Del Priori just hit 2. The other senior, Vecchio, just made it 3 in a row. Even if Vecchio makes this, Canisius has a chance to tie. Clock starts now. Zach for the runner. Del Priori secures. Marist has won the MAC championship.
And Marist is going to the big dance.
My name is Brian Georges, head women's basketball coach, Marist College. I have been coaching women's basketball for close to 42 years. For 25 years, I was a high school teacher and coach at Our Lady of Lourdes High School in Poughkeepsie, about 4 miles from Marist. The last 2 years of my tenure there, we were nationally ranked 14th and 4th in the country. I got a call from Tim Murray asking me if I would be interested in being a women's basketball coach. And I put my application in and went through the process and came here. One of the first people that I called was Sherry Cole, who was the head coach at Oklahoma, because she had done the same thing I had done before. There's only 4 of us in the country who went from high school head coach to Division I head coach without ever doing anything in between. What she had said to me was, you know, Brian, remember basketball is basketball. Pick and roll in high school is the same as a pick and roll in college, the same as a pick and roll in the professional level. But it was hard because I'd never recruited before. And I didn't know the Marist way, so I kept one coach from the previous staff and tried to find people who could help me learn the recruiting angle.
The new era started with a new leader. First-year head coach Brian Georges took over a struggling Marist program.
I always go back to our first championship team in my first and second year.
Going to the glass, misses the layup. Keller gets the rebound, goes loose towards the corner. Questy retrieves it. The game is over. The Marist Red Foxes can hang a banner in the McCann Center. They have clinched a share of the MAC championship.
We came into the season ranked 7th. They picked us 7th, and I think we surprised a lot of people. We did what hasn't been done in years at Marist. So I think it's definitely been our dream year.
The first year we won in 04, our senior class hadn't experienced much success and they were just tired of it. And they decided as a group that they were going to do whatever it took to get it done.
Malarty to Keller, 10 seconds to go. McGarity off Richie scores, we're tied!
And they really kind of showed us the way and bridged the gap to the future as to how the mentality of our program was going to be, that you know, we compete for championships and we do everything possible to make sure that that's how our seasons end.
I was fortunate that I had 5 players on the team who I had coached previously. 4 of them at Lourdes and 1 of them, you know, in AAU. I think Maureen McGarity, who was the captain of the team and who played for me in high school, and you know, and telling the people that my bark is worse than my bite.
It was just great chemistry between the players and the coaching staff, to be honest. We knew what our coaches expected of us and we trusted their game plans and their teaching and everything that they were trying to get us to do, and we believed that that was going to make us successful.
After flying out to Arizona and taking one of the country's hottest teams to the brink of an upset, every Red Fox had something to be proud of.
I mean, you know, guys, if losing ever felt like winning, this does. You guys can come back, you know, 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now with your kids, look at the Banders and saying, that was us. You know, we were the ones that made history at this school.
Marist College women's basketball, Sweet at 16.
And the Red Foxes turn the table on one of the Hounds.
Always starts with the Sweet 16 and that run, being in Ohio State in the first round game at Stanford, and then turning around 2 days later, and probably my all-time favorite game because Middle Tennessee, who was ranked 5th, was #1 in the country in steals and forcing turnovers. And we were #1 in the country as far as fewest turnovers.
They were known for their pressure and we were known for our guard play.
Will it be the 13 seed Marist or the 5 seed Middle Tennessee? The Blue Raiders rolled over Gonzaga on Saturday while Marist shocked Ohio State, the first ever Metro Atlantic Athletic Association team to pick up an NCAA tournament win.
Our guards were fantastic at breaking the press. We got layup after layup after layup.
We basically put on a clinic in the first half and just went through them like nothing, and got up to a 16, 18-point lead and basically coasted the rest of the way.
73-59, Red Foxes with the upset. Coach Brian Georges, bibbity bobbity boo.
And then, to go to Dayton in the Sweet 16 was just, something we never really thought would happen.
People from the Daily News, the New York Times, the Washington Post, the Boston Globe, ESPN.
You're looking for this year's George Mason, it's Marist College. With Marist beating Middle Tennessee State, worth mentioning that they're only the third number 13 seed to ever make it to the Sweet 16.
I mean, I sat there for a whole day, and then they did a television feature on the team and stuff like that. That was pretty amazing.
Regional semifinal number 1 from Dayton, the top seed Tennessee, and the darlings of the 2007 tournament, the Marist Red Foxes, already winners over Ohio State in Middle Tennessee.
We played better in the second half. I can't teach 6'4" and the athleticism of Candace Parker and the people that they had, the size, the athleticism, the quickness, and they were great basketball players, coached by one of the greatest coaches of all time.
When I coached at Marist before, I was a year following the Sweet 16, so the tradition had begun and the history was actually in effect. And coming back to Marist 2 years ago, they were in a different transition period.
We've had a lot of injury over the past couple of years. We had some people 4 years ago that left and left a big hole in our program. For the longest time, I remember our players talking about that they didn't want to be the senior class that ended the streak. And finally it did happen. And right now we don't have any of those players left from that era, and they're trying to, develop their own niche and their own place in Marist women's basketball lore.
We're really excited to get back in the swing of things. We have most of our team back and 2 new freshmen, so I'm just excited to start the season off.
It was a very good first win. I thought we got contributions from a lot of people. We played a lot of people. To be 2-0 at this point, it's been a long time since we've been 2-0 and to win our home opener. I feel great for the kids.
We prepared for this game very well, and we just knew our parts, coming off the bench or not. We just know we got to contribute every way we possibly can.
I think we've focused specifically on defense, especially for Temple, trying to stop their better players, and it's really exciting.
I think we do have some additions. It just really gives us a boost.
To win the first 4 games this year, gave them a little piece of history for Marist women's basketball.
The past 2 years have helped them to understand what it takes to bring that Marist tradition back, and that swag and that belief that anybody who steps on the court against us, they better be afraid.
They're hungry, and there's nothing scarier than a team that's together and hungry and talented.